Okay, guys, got the Dragon here again with Dragon Works. Back on the 2007 Suzuki GSXR 600. And watched the first video get called up here on it. But anyway, this bike wouldn't start. And looking at the condition of it, all the plastics are gone. It's obviously been wrecked. It's all scratched up and so forth. So I figured first thing I thought of was the bank angle sensor, which when it tips over, it shuts off the spark and fuel and so forth. On the Suzukis, they call it a tip over sensor. They're usually up here in the front fairing area, but obviously I couldn't find it there. So then I just did the smart thing, which was, research the information and found out that it's located back here under the tail section. And so I got to looking at it, and right off the bat, I noticed, probably won't pick it up too good here on this video, but I could tell that somebody, okay, so yeah, won't focus. But anyway, somebody had already been messing with it. You can see they had opened this thing up, been picking at it. So what I found was, this is what's inside here. This little chip, and then this thing. Okay, so let me try to do this for you here. So it sits like this on the bike, and then when it tips over, this little thing swings back or forth, and that's what cuts everything off. So for some reason, somebody messed with it. They were probably on to the right thing, but when they put it back in, it wasn't quite. So this piece here sits in this thing. It slides in, and then these little pins go right here in these grooves, but it wasn't in there. It was all twisted off. So I took this just like this back over to the bike, and just this piece, the chip and the little pendulum, and I plugged it back into here, and then I laid it flat so it couldn't swing. And then I came back up here and turned the bike on, and what I got right now, so let me move this light out of the way because it'll affect the camera. So what I got now is I just got one of the spark plugs pulled out, and I got it grounded here on this little scuff mark. And then I can turn it on, hit the button, and see a spark there. And sure enough, when I put that thing just like that back in there, I got some spark. So like I was saying in the other video, I know I'm not going to have fuel right now because I don't have no tank on here. And it's fuel injected, so the pump's inside the tank, and it's got to pressurize and all of that. But if I can get spark, then I can squirt a little bit of fuel right down in the throttle body here and see if the thing will fire off. Then we'll worry about the fuel situation. But without spark, don't matter. I already did a compression test on it, and it's kind of on the low side. They're like 125, 130-ish. You know, it's been sitting for, I don't know how long, could be years by now, but that could come up once it warms up. But something that concerned me and scared me to death is ever since it's been sitting in here with the heater on and I cranked the engine over, this god-awful looking milky oil is dripping out of the stator cover. So then I realized that I see a new stator wire going up, and I think I talked about this in the other video too, and I can see they got a new regulator rectifier, which is one of those Chinese versions that don't even fit right on here. But regardless, they put a new, because I imagine that's what happened with this thing, why it quit running. It's a common problem with these if you don't know about that. The rectifiers go out, then it'll burn, it'll end up, the stator will burn, fry, and a lot of times it'll even fry the computer. So I'm not sure how bad this is yet, but I did get some sparks. So whoever replaced this didn't do a good job because it's just pouring out of there. I don't know what's going on with this white milky stuff yet. Obviously we're going to drain that and change it, but there's, I don't know why there's any water in there. So geez, I hope there's nothing internal going on here. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring you back up to speed on what I found so far, and if this helps anybody. Hit me up if you have any questions, because I figured out a lot of stuff. If y'all don't know about it, there's another thing that's very, very helpful on these bikes. You got this little data port. This is pretty much for any of them, any GSXR, the 600, the 750, the 1000. This is what's called a data port, and if you're a Suzuki service dealer, you can hook a little computer up to this. They got a couple things you can hook up there. But one cool thing is, I probably won't be able to do this one-handed. Yeah, right here on this side, you're not going to be able to see real well. There's a black-white wire and a red-white wire. And then when you flip this up, it'll be this position and the one next to it. And what you can do is you just put a paper clip or something, or a jumper wire of any type between those two. And then you can come up here, turn your key on, and then turn this on to run, and you'll get these codes that come up here on your screen that'll tell you all kinds of different things. It's really cool. Then you just got to look up the number. Like I had a bunch of them. C13, C23, C24, C46. I mean, this thing had all kinds of codes, but most of them don't matter, because one of them is like the, where did I find? Like one of them is, geez, can't find it now, but I obviously knew the air temperature sensor would come up because I don't have the box on, and the air pressure sensor came up because I don't have the air box on. So that is, that's one of them that came up. So there's a couple codes I knew were going to come up. But one of them was actually, and I wish I'd have checked this before, one of them was actually the tip over sensor was throwing a code. And that makes sense, because that's what I found that was wrong with it. So I kind of did it in reverse. But anyway, that's a little helpful hint there if you guys don't know about that or what have you. So anyway, this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to see if I can't get this thing to fire up here when I fix this sensor up. All right, guys. Dragon says, thanks for watching. If you need anything figured out, bring it over. Peace out.